What's good, YouTube family? Welcome to my car channel where I'll be showing you guys my car life. Throughout this car channel, I will be showing you guys various series of car videos, whether it's car reviews, car auction videos, car flipping videos, and any type of car related things you can think about, honestly. Unfortunately, my hood won't open or anything, so I can't show you that big 4.0 liter V8. That's one of Lexus' most legendary motor ever. It is the million-mile motor. I believe it was the 1990 Lexus LS400 did reach 1,000,000 miles. As you guys read by the title, this car could be one of the best bargains of 2022 for the money. Anyway, you don't find many in this type of condition like that anymore because most of them were just dogged. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. As you guys can see, this car is dressed in a nice red. I believe the color was Cinnabon red pearl metallic or something like that. I don't know the color. And as you guys can see, this car is super dirty. I don't even want to get into it because it just looks crazy. It's really nice. I actually love the way that they did the fog lights and the two bubble lights in the front. It just makes it look like a classic. I mean, I just can't get over how they made this car. I really like how they designed this car with the tail lights. You know, they did the two bubble lights in the front and the two bubble lights in the back. This is not the OEM tail lights. This is actually an aftermarket tail light that I bought online and I just tinted it. So if you guys were wondering. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and hop in the interior. All right, now guys, with the interior is what you would expect with an usual Lexus. 4 automatic windows. I really like how they did this gauge cluster. I don't know if it's green or if it's yellow, but it give it kind of a sporty feeling or a sporty look. I like this navigation system. I mean, this kind of gives it away that it's an old car because it looks very old and outdated. One thing that I really like about this navigation system is how they integrated the trip info and the trip computer. Like, who is telling you how many miles you got until you run out of gas? Like, you got cars nowadays that don't even tell you that yet. So I really like how they did this trip info, how many miles per gallon you're getting and stuff like that. I only got 15 miles per gallon, so I need to go ahead and park the junk. I like how they did the audio setup. Surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, because every Lexus that I sat in, the sound system was really good. I mean, it's not a Mark Levinson sound system, but I like how they did it. My interior could use a cleaning because I just don't drive this car all the time. So, you know, even the tan doesn't look bad. I mean, every GS that you see like this, like the interior is done really bad just because it's an old car and people just dog these cars. I don't know why. They did have paddle shifters integrated into the steering wheel, and it's like, wow, how did they even think about that? It just makes the steering wheel pop out a lot more. You know, you got the downshifters right here and the upshifters on the back of the steering wheel. So it's like you can't really get confused because it's just how it would be on one of the newer cars. The negative right there and the positive right there. Those are really the things that stick out to me. You got power mode, heated seats, VSC off when, okay, my VSC is already off. I am low on brake fluid. I just did my brakes and I couldn't get my hood to open, so I couldn't add any brake fluid. But yeah, now that we are done with the exterior and interior, I will get you guys a couple of runs and how this thing performs on the road. Driving this car is really what you would expect driving any other V8 car, but just with the smoothness. I would say Lexus definitely put their time in making this engine. They really did. As you can tell, shifts are really smooth. When I say it rides really good, that's really the only setback about this car. Like, they wouldn't put all of this power into this car, but they made it ride like a luxury car. Like, why would you make, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and criticize Lexus for doing this because they really made a great car, but they could have at least made like a sports version, you know what I'm saying, with this car, because you put all of this engine and transmission in this car, but it rides like we riding on clouds. You know, like, I don't know about that one. I mean, but for real, you can easily fix that. Easy. with just some lowering springs or coilovers, and you would feel the corners. I feel like they made this car for, you know, older people that don't want to feel the road for real. They just want to ride on clouds. I mean, it's not too bad like a Lexus LS, but you can tell they put their time and effort into that suspension, making it ride how it rides. Fortunately, there is a great aftermarket platform for this car, so there's definitely coilovers, a bunch of coilovers that you can choose from, lowering springs, exhaust, all that. I will get you guys a couple of clips of hearing the engine. I know y'all hear that V8. That joint screaming. It want to exhaust so bad. I mean, you can tell that this one in particular doesn't have the same power it had when it was brand new. The lady that I bought it from, she was the only owner. Like, she bought the car new. She bought a 2016 Lexus LS in 2016. So what happened with this one was she just let it sit in the garage for, you know, the remaining of the time, which was 2022. So what's that, like 6 years? It's been sitting in the garage. I'm sure she did no maintenance to it. I'm sure she just let it sit. I know this car could use a tune-up. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in manual mode for you guys that wanna know what it's like. You can tell, like, when you put it in manual mode, this thing got the torque. Kind of put you on the seat a little bit. M45. You don't see those every day. Y'all let me know down in the comments, would you buy one of these, honestly, or would you be looking forward to getting one? But yeah, guys, that will conclude this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next one.